Hey guys, it's Brianna, and today I have another book haul. Shocker? No. Anyway, I have 12 books, I believe. Yes, I ordered 8 from Book Outlet, and then I got 3 at half price books, and one was from a giveaway. So, let's get started. Die For Me by Amy Plum. I'm just gonna read like the inside flap because I didn't have time to come up with like my own little summaries or whatever. So that's what we're gonna do. It says, "My life has always been blissfully, wonderfully normal, but it only took one moment to change everything. Suddenly, my sister Georgia and I were orphans. We put our lives into storage and moved to Paris to live with my grandparents. And I knew my shattered heart, my shattered life, would never feel normal again. Then I met Vincent. Mystery, sexy, and unnervingly charming, Vincent Della Crux appeared out of nowhere and swept me off my feet. Just like that, I was in danger of losing my heart all over again, but I was ready to let it happen. Of course, nothing is ever that easy because Vincent is no normal human. He has a terrifying destiny, one that puts his life at risk every day. He also has enemies, immortal, murderous enemies who are determined to destroy him and all of his kind. While I'm fighting to piece together the remnants of my life, can I risk putting my heart, as well as my life and my family's in jeopardy for a chance at love?" I got Hemlock by Kathleen Peacock, and this one is about Mackenzie and Amy were best friends until Amy was brutally murdered. Since then, Mac's life has turned upside down. She has been haunted by Amy in her dreams, and an extremist group called the Trackers has come to Mac's hometown of Hemlock to hunt down Amy's killer, a white werewolf. Lupine syndrome, also known as the werewolf virus, is on the rise across the country. Many of the infected try to hide their symptoms, but bloodlust is not easy to control. Wanting desperately to put an end to her nightmares, Mac decides to investigate Amy's murder herself. She discovers secrets lurking in the shadows of Hemlock, secrets about Amy's boyfriend Jason, her good pal Kyle, and especially her late best friend. Mac is thrown into a maelstrom of violence and betrayal that puts her life at risk. Cruel by Jennifer Albin, I believe that's how you say it. And I know this one, the second book, either is coming out or just came out, and there's a cover change, so my covers don't match, but I don't care. I like this cover. It's really pretty. Anyway, this book is about, for generations, spinsters have been called by area's manipulation services to loom the work the looms and determine what people eat, where they live, how many children they have, and even when they die. Gifted with the rare ability to weave time with matter, Atlas is exactly what the guide is looking for. And Eris, being chosen at a spinster, is everything a girl could want. It means privilege, eternal beauty, and being something other than a secretary. It also means the power to embroider the very fabric of life. But once you become a spinster, there's no turning back. Now caught in a web of lies and intrigue, Atlas must decide whom to trust, her kind mentor, Nora, the handsome and mysterious valet, Jost, or the charismatic guide ambassador, Cormac Patton. They each have secrets, but Atlas is about to unravel the deadliest one of all, a sinister truth that could destroy reality as she knows it. The next book I got is Arclight by Jocelyn L. McQueen. Sorry, I probably just said that really wrong, but I'm bad at pronunciations. This book is about no one survives the Fade. They have taken everything, destroyed everything. The only safe place is within the wall of light called the Arclight. No one survives the Fade if they call you, if you leave, you're lost. No one survives the Fade. They're trying to get in. No one survives the Fade, but she did. She doesn't remember how. She doesn't remember anything. Marina survived the Fade, but for how long? Book 1 and Book 4 in the Cast of Chronicles. I now have all 4 books, so all the more reason to read this series. This is by Camille Garcia and Margaret Stoll. Do I need to read the flap? I'm gonna anyway. There were no surprises in Gatlin County, at least that's what she thought. Turns out I couldn't have been more wrong. There was a curse, there was a girl, and in the end there was a grave. Lena Deshunes, what? Deshunes. Whatever, is unlike anyone the small southern town of Gatlin has ever seen, and she's struggling to conceal her power in a curse that has haunted her family for generations. But even within the overgrown gardens, murky swamps, and crumbling graveyard of the forgotten South, a secret cannot stay hidden forever. Ethan Waite, who has been counting the months until he can escape from Gatlin, is haunted by the dreams of a beautiful girl he has never met. When Lena moves into the town's oldest and most infamous plantation, Ethan is inexplicably drawn to her and determined to uncover the connection between them. In a town with no surprises, one secret could change everything. Scarlett by Marissa Meyer. This is the second book in the Lunar Chronicles. I haven't read Cinder yet, which is over here. So I think I know this one's about Red Riding Hood, like a spin on that. Next, I have the Never Have I Ever, which is the second book in the Lion Game series by Sarah Shepard. No, of course, I haven't read the first book. The one that I received from a giveaway, it was from Book BFFs, and it was from them reaching so many subscribers. I can't even remember, honestly. It's been a while since they did that giveaway. But I won Wild Awake by Hilary T. Smith. This is a contemporary book, and it says, things you earnestly believe will happen while your parents are away. 1. You will remember to water the azaleas. 2. You will take detailed, accurate messages. 3. You will call your older brother Denny if even the slightest thing goes wrong. 4. You and your best friend / bandmate Lucas will win the Battle of the Bands. 5. Amid the thrill of victory, Lucas will finally realize you are the girl of his dreams. Things that actually happen. 1. A stranger calls who says he knew your sister. 2. He says he has her stuff. 3. What stuff? Her stuff. 4. You tell him your parents won't be able to. 5. Silky died 5 years ago. Can't he? 6. You pick up a pen. 7. You scribble down the address. 8. You get on your bike and go. 9. Things get a little crazy after that. Also, you fall in love, but not with Lucas. And then I got 3 books at Half Price Books today because there was a coupon for 50% off the highest purchase or whatever, or the highest book that you buy or whatever. I went in there with 3 books in mind, came out with 3 completely different books. But they're books that I want to read, so it's a win-win, I guess. The next one I have is The Knife of Never Letting Go. This is by Patrick Niss. This is the first book in the Chaos Walking trilogy, and I've been wanting to read this ever since. I think it was Cassidy Von Shea that I first heard it from, I believe, and ever since then I've been wanting to read it. But this book, that town. You probably can't even see that. No, you can't. Well, this town isn't like other towns. Everyone can hear everyone else's thoughts in an overwhelming, never-ending stream of noise. Just a month ago, from the birthday that will make him a man, Todd and his dog Manchi, whose thoughts Todd can hear too, whether he wants to or not, stumble upon an area of complete silence. They will find that in this town, where privacy is impossible, something terrible has been hidden, a secret so awful that Todd and Manchi must run for their lives. But how do you escape when your pursuers can hear every thought? Unearthly by Cynthia Han. This is the first book in the Unearthly trilogy. It's a trilogy. But, yes. This book says, in the beginning, there's a boy standing in the trees. Claire Gardner has recently learned that she's part angel. Having angel blood run through her veins not only makes her smarter, stronger, and faster than humans, a word she realizes that no longer applies to her, but it means she has a purpose, something she was put on this earth to do. Figuring out what it is, though, isn't easy. Her vision of a raging forest fire and a luring stranger lead her to a new school in a new town. When she meets Christian, who turns out to be the boy of her dreams, literally, everything seems to fall into place and out of place at the same time. Because there's another guy, Tucker, who appeals to Clara's less angelic side. God, I can't talk. Anyway, as Clara tries to find her way in a world she no longer understands, she encounters unseen dangers and choices she never thought she would have to make between honesty and deceit, love and duty, good and evil. When the fire from her visions finally ignites, will Clara be ready to face her destiny? The Coldest Girl in Coldtown by Holly Black. Super excited to read this book. It was between this book and Not a Drop to Drink by something McGinns or something like that. I couldn't decide between the two. I originally went out trying to find Fangirl. Couldn't find it. There are none in Texas, like in half-price books. There are no copies left at all throughout Texas. Like, what? Thanks. Tanya lives in a world where walled cities called Coldtowns exist. In them, quarantine monsters and humans mingle in a dissectantly bloody mix of predator and prey. Once you pass through Coldtown gates, you never leave. One morning, after a perfectly normal party, Tanya wakes up surrounded by corpses. The only other survivors of this massacre are her exasperatingly enduring ex-boyfriend infected on the edge and a mysterious boy burdened with a terrible secret. Shaken and determined, Tanya enters a race against the clock to save the three of them the only way she knows how, by going straight to the wicked, opulent heart of Coldtown itself. So excited to read this because it's about vamps, and that's right up my alley. That's it for this book haul. I'm sure I'm gonna have another one very soon because that's what booktubers do. All right, see you next time. Bye.